Devils? J-Dog back for another goddamn video for you. And today we're going to answer some goddamn questions again. So here the fuck we go. But I told you in the last few videos that I did for answering questions, I'm behind as shit. But it's a good thing because that way I can constantly do videos. Appreciate you guys leaving the questions in there, so keep leaving those goddamn questions, especially the good ones. So do some thinking before you leave them too, so that way you got some good ones you can answer. Going back to, fuck it, this video has 22 comments. It's on the lying ass fake natties. Probably a little bit of educational for some of you guys that don't know anything about it, right? So anyways, yeah, just 22 comments on there, so maybe this will make a full video's worth. Maybe I can knock out another set of comments on another video, but I think I got about 5 or 6 videos that questions from. A couple of them have a shitload of comments too. So without any further ado, here the fuck we go. I just skimmed them. Don't even really know exactly what's going to be on here, just as long as I saw some question marks. So here we go. So hopefully there's some good ones. From Venom GBH. Any demos you like more than the first release? The Slaughter, Surrender, or Die demo is better than Strapato to me easily. Oh, really? I mean, I don't know if I like them about evenly personally on those. Surrender, Die, or Strapato. I'm a big fan of both those recordings. Yeah, I think I probably like them equally. I don't think I like one more than the other. Oh, yeah, is there any demos I like better than the albums? Oh, fuck yeah, for sure. I like the Death demos better than the album. Scream Bloody Gore. Scream Bloody Gore is my favorite album, and I'm a big fan of it. And then I like Leprosy, and then Spiritual Healing took me a while to get into, but I do like it now. It's definitely my least favorite. But so Scream Bloody Gore, yeah, be my favorite one. I liked, yeah, the demo's better. I liked my favorite is the first 2 demos under the name when they were called Mantis, and then they had a total of 5 demos. Actually, let me show you guys. These were really cool bootleg releases that came out years ago. It's kind of a known thing in the underground who did them. I'm not going to say names. I'm fully aware who did do them, but this, like, it's probably fucking statute of limitations anyways, but still I'm not going to say shit. I've had these for 15 years or so now. This was my introduction to the Death demos, and then they kind of got reissued like officially by Relapse and shit. Their version sucked, those guys. They only did like, I think they did just the first demo, was that it. Death, like I said, had 5 demos. So let me show you what I got. You can look for these, but you can eBay them or Discog them. But I've had these since they came out. Let me pull this right behind me. It's right here. So this was right around when Hell's first started too, because I remember when we wholesaled these off the individual that did these, and yeah, they sold like no one even knew who Hell's was. We're still living in with their parents. We put them on our distro, and like right when we got these, I think that was finally the time when we started getting an order every day. Because back when we first started, it's like you'd go a week and get maybe 1 order, 2 orders. You know what I mean? But I think when we finally got these, other people just that never even heard of Hell's Headbangers. Like, what the fuck is this? I want this. Anyways, there was 2 discs because there was 2 parts. Take out the case. This is part 1. Inside. And this has the Death by Metal demo number 1, the Reign of Terror demo number 2. Then it has a Rehearsal 1984. It's got a Poison Venom cover. And then it's got a Rehearsal July 1984 with a Black Magic Slayer cover. And I was going to see the Demon Flight on this the last track, Demon Flight. I don't think that's on anything else. I think that was an unreleased song. Did it make any of the other demos? Yeah, I think that on this Rehearsal 84, Demon Flight was an unreleased track because I don't recall that being on anything else. So yeah, this was, like I said, just the first 2 demos, and that was both under, they were called Mantis at the time. Here's the discs. I listened to it, like I said, I'm going to show you the other one too. There's 2 discs that covers all 5 demos. To this day, I listen to these pretty fucking regularly, like at least a few times a year. Huge fucking fans of these. So these are definitely, these 2 CDs, like I said, if you want to get the Death demos and have it collaborated with like the best sound, having everything in a complete, just all of them, not missing a demo, not missing tracks, like I said, with the rehearsal shit, go out and find these discs. I have no idea what they go for. Like I said, the only way you're going to get them is eBay's Discogs, or if you know a person with a personal collection that wants to sell them, this is the only way you're going to find them. But these are like, yeah, these are some of my all-time favorite demos of anything. This was part 2. Let's see, here's the info here. And so, yeah, this is demo number 3, Infernal Death. And I believe that's the first demo where Chuck starts singing, because of the first 2 death demos, Mantis, that was actually Cam Lee singing. In case you guys didn't know that. Cam Lee from when he got kicked out of Death, and he started Massacre. Back from the Dead demo, number 4, which I love that fucking demo. Mutilation demo, number 5. So yeah, 5 demos, like I said, and then it's got also 2 rehearsals on here. Death, August 20th, 1986 rehearsal with 3 songs. And 12/31/80. Oh, this is really fucking cool. I don't even know what else this is on. One of my favorite tracks on here at the end here. So I guess it would have to be Cam singing as well, because Cam was singing 84. 12/31, literally New Year's Eve of 84, so right before 1985. Well, maybe was Cam got kicked out. The thing is, with how raw these are, you can't tell. It's not like a huge difference. Like Cam Lee, I heard that he's kind of bitter. Like he says like shit like, I created the death metal vocals and I was the first one to do it. I don't get the credit. I don't know if that's true. I heard that through the grapevine. But the thing is with these demos, I love how those vocals sound, but they're so raw and in the garage, they're almost kind of like barking. So like there's not a huge distinguishing difference between Cam and Chuck when they're singing. So it kind of blows. The only time you can kind of tell with the when it's Chuck over Cam is the highs, when Chuck does his kind of like his high squeals, I guess you would call them. Anyways, getting back to it, so I'm pretty sure it's Cam singing on this since it's 84, but it kind of sounds like Chuck. But this song, the only thing it's on, like I said, 12/31/84. Brandon's Florida rehearsal, although I think it's more live because they introduced it. I like his introduction to the song too. It's called Curse of the Priest. Fantastic fucking song. And I have a bunch of bootleg Death LPs as well in rehearsals. There might be one that's on that as well, but I'm almost positive this is the only thing that Curse the Priest is on. It says Curse the Priest on here, but I know when I introduce the Curse of the Priest. So I think the track probably called Curse of the Priest. Like on the Relapse version of Shit and Officials, like I said, I'm pretty sure the Relapse, that Mantis, I think it's just the Death by Metal demo. Correct me if I'm wrong, they did something else. I believe I have that disc. I think I did like something about it because I think it had like a different recording version of the demo that was on these. So it sounded good, but it was literally just that demo. I don't even think it was the Reign of Terror demo on there. But nonetheless, even if it was, I don't think they've ever did all 5 demos. And I could be mistaken because maybe I just blew it off and I'm like, fuck it, I already have them. These are nicer. But even if they did Relapse, what's nice about these discs is it doesn't have these rehearsal tracks on there. I've never seen those reissued officially. So let's show you the backside. So yeah, these are a fucking must. So demos over albums, yeah. The Death demos, a huge contestant, which I probably like way more. What I speaking of Death was a Massacre. The Massacre demos I like a lot more than I do From Beyond. I do like From Beyond as an album, but the demos for sure, especially I guess it's not titled, but the Death and Hell demo, Death and Hell, Aggressive Tyrant on there, Mutilated. I mean, those songs are fucking. No, those even made the Death and Hell's definitely not on From Beyond. Mutilated is definitely not. An Aggressive Tyrant, is it on From Beyond? I don't even think that's on From Beyond. Like those, I think those are like the best songs, and they're not even on the album. Just Cam's vocals and like on the song Mutilated when he does the highs. It's just fucking awesome. It just tons of character and just great songs. So definitely Massacre would be the biggest offender that I like the demos better than the album. Actually, wearing a shirt, Sacrifice. I actually like the Sacrifice demos better than I do the album. Torment and Fire is great. Absolutely love it. For Determination is pretty good. And Soldiers of Misfortune, also pretty good. The funny thing is about that, actually, I'll show you something else. Same person put these out years ago, too, with Sacrifice. My favorite Sacrifice release. Again, these are long, long gone, too. This is 15 years ago. If you're going to get anything by Sacrifice, if I was to only own one item by Sacrifice, it would be this CD here. Called Put Her on the Altar, like from the phrase from the song Sacrifice. And this, what's really cool about it, it has the demos for each album. So the Exorcism demo, which was for the first album, and then the Sacrifice demo number 2, that's for Determination, and Sacrifice 89 demo, that was for Soldiers of Misfortune. The funny thing is I love demo 2 and demo number 3 on this, but the actual albums, the second and third album by Sacrifice, I like them, but I'm not huge on them. Like I love the first Sacrifice album. Second and third, I'm like, they're pretty decent thrash records, but the demo versions, like I said, those I love. So pretty much all the Sacrifice demos. The demo for the first album, I liked better than the album. The album's really close though. It's not like I don't like it like how I like Massacre way more than the fucking than the got way more than the album. I wouldn't say I like it way more. I like the first demo just a little bit more than the first Sacrifice. And then, but the second demo I like way more than For Determination. You know, the For Determination demo, I guess you'd call it. And then the third demo, the Soldiers of Misfortune demo, I definitely like that way more. I thought the best songs that were on the album were from this demo, and just the sound. It's much more raw and has more character. Just sounds heavier and better. So yeah, I definitely prefer those. And then other bands, there is other shit. Definitely the bands I prefer demos over and shit like that. Trying to think. No one's coming straight off to my mind. Those are the ones that came right off the top of my head without even fucking pre-thinking this shit. But there's definitely other bands. Next goddamn question. From M. James. Are there any fitness YouTubers you do like or believe have actual good advice? Oh, because I was kind of talking about, I guess it was, bodybuilding related, right? On the fake natties. But I guess, yeah, bodybuilding related. So it looks like there's some medical questions on there, some lifting questions on here. Yeah, I think that for YouTube, yeah, there's good. I don't really watch anyone anymore for advice, to be honest with you, because it's like at this point, I'm not going to sit there and say I know it all, but I mean, I know how to fucking train. I know how to eat. I know I know what supplements to take. I know what works. I've been doing this for 15 fucking years. You can always learn, but I know it's what. But guys, I do enjoy RX Muscle, Dave Palumbo over there. So if it's bodybuilding related, I just like his channel. His Ask Dave segments he does every week. I think he posts them every Thursday. You can, if you're trying to get into bodybuilding, if you want to learn about weight loss or anabolics or training or anything like that, very, very good source of information there. Really cool guy too. He's the one that taught me how to like read my blood work and shit like that. Really smart guy. He was one of the first bodybuilders ever to be over 300 pounds, like lean and mean, fucking 300, not some fat ass. He's retired now, way downsized. I think he retired in the early 2000s. He's in his early 50s, so I definitely like Dave. Um, Other channels as far as advice. I like Lane Norton's channel as far as nutritional information. Because he actually has a PhD in nutrition and kind of debunks a lot of the BS that you just a lot of shit where it's kind of like people be like, oh, microwaves cause cancer, and it's like what evidence do you have to go off that? I mean, I know motherfuckers that say you put cell phone in your pocket and it gives you cancer. It's like what? Like I'm not saying it don't, but I mean you're what does Lane say that's in the scientific community? I love my favorite line. It's that can be which inserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence. Meaning, I mean, I guess that's the same saying they use in science, which makes sense. Like these guys spew shit out with zero evidence. Like you need to actually have a body of fucking documented evidence. Like how did you measure this? You're saying this causes cancer. How did you document this? How did you measure this? Where was your case study? They have nothing. They're just pulling shit out of their ass. Theories. Anyone could fucking do that. I could be like, hey, the fucking world's gonna end tomorrow. Sky's gonna just explode. Based off what? You're just throwing shit out there. So yeah, Lane's really good about debunking all that shit. Like if you want to learn like a diet soda is worse than regular soda, which I've been saying for years, well, you're a fucking idiot if you think that. That makes no sense. It has no calories, no sugars. I mean, like the chemicals and stuff are horrible for you. Based off what? Based off what? Where the fuck is your evidence? So he's done a lot of shit on like diet soda stuff, like debunking all that crap, which I've known it was just common sense. I'm like, dude, diabetics can literally drink it. If it was just as bad, they wouldn't be. Just don't even start. A bunch of fucking retards out there. But he's a good channel. So I like his for information, and he kind of presents it in a fun, educational way, but entertaining. Who else? Fuad Abiyad's channel. He's a basically retired pro bodybuilder now. He does a podcast. I listen to that. That's nothing for really advice or anything. Just kind of entertaining and just fun to listen to. Who else do I listen to? Good source of information. Can't say I listen to everything, and some of his natty or nots, like debunking shit videos, are a little annoying. But more plates, more dates. Derek over there. I think that he's a very educated guy and knows his shit and very smart. I definitely by no means agree with everything he says. Well, there's actually nobody I agree with everything they say. What I do is I've always done this is learn from everybody and kind of put the puzzle together for yourself what works best for you and people that you help that you see works on them. The biggest mistake you can make is you think you know everything and you have a one size fits all formula. Like for example, let's say you're a ketogenic dieter, zero carbs. To think that that's going to work on everyone and that's the only way to do it. If you think that you're ignorant, you know what I mean? That's stupid. That's a tool in the toolbox that you can use, but it's not the be all fucking end all. So yeah, learn from different guys. But yeah, Derek, he gives some good info, but some of his videos are just clickbaity, fucking just trash. But he's got good videos. Anything with Coach Trevor from Enhanced Athlete, very very smart guy. I met him at the Olympia. I got to hang out with him pretty extensively too, and pick his brain for quite a while. Because met him at the expo, and then the actual Olympia show. Went to go take a piss, and he's just kind of hanging out by the bathroom. So we're just hanging out, shooting the shit, and very, very, very fucking smart guy. I picked his brain about a lot of things, a few things that I couldn't figure out myself or I didn't know about, and asked him, and yeah, he breaks it down, and really smart guy. So anything with Coach Trevor, if I want to learn something, I'm not going to say that I agree with absolutely everything he says or his words fucking the gospel, but very fucking smart guy. So yeah, but like I don't look at training videos just like that, like how to train. I will say this: if you're a beginner, and that's kind of your question, like who do you recommend? Personally, what I did, because I was always, when I got in this, I was just interested in bodybuilding, big bodybuilders. I was never interested to look like Brad Pitt or Jason Statham or anything. Not that I mean, those guys have, good, lean, athletic looking physiques. But me, my goal was I want to get as big as fucking humanly possible and lean as humanly possible. Unfortunately, my genetics only let me go so far because like the heaviest I've ever been is 240. I'm hoping to break past that this fucking year. Got another 6 more fucking weeks at 230 as we speak. So I'm 10 pounds from my heaviest. Hopefully I can get up to 245, 250. We'll see. But anyways, genetically, my body doesn't like want to be very big, so I can only do it as far as much as my genetics allow, right? So yeah, what I always watched was pro bodybuilders training because that was my goal. That's what I want to look at. So even now, if I want to kind of like just for fun, I like watch training videos of pros. Just sometimes to get ideas like this, just to mix things up. Maybe they're doing a different machine press on a chest or a chest fly a little different or a different angle or something, and doing a different back movement. Something. You know what? Oh yeah, it's like I knew about it or I forgot about it. I'm going to throw that in for next 6 weeks. Spice it up a little bit just to change things up a little bit. So and I just like seeing how some of these guys train, especially some of the newer competitors. But back when I first got into my training, when I looked at training, I looked at what guys like Kevin Levrone were doing, Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, Flex Wheeler, Sean Ray, Lee Priest. Those are literally the guys I was looking at. I would look at their training videos, which were basically the VHS tapes from the 90s, early 2000s posted on YouTube. I watched that and I went to the gym and did it. I just tried to replicate what they did, how they performed the exercise. Like, that's what kills me. Like, some of these guys watch videos of like, what if it's not a pro bodybuilder, but somebody that just knows how to train. And like, let's say they're incline benching or flat benching, they'll come all the way down their chest, right? Touch the chest. But yet, meanwhile, some of these guys they'll do like halfway, like who the fuck did you ever see successful with a good physique that does that? Like, I've never done that. Like, why would you do that? Or if they're doing a squat, they're just bending a little bit at the knee. I'm like, dude, go down as far as your hip flexors will let you go. Preferably, I mean, if you have good mobility, your ass should touch your fucking calves. I understand some people's mobility isn't that good, but you should at least be able to go to just below 90 degrees. Like, what's this? Like, why are you intentionally half repping shit? Number one, it's less muscle activation and you're more prone to injury. And it's just fucking stupid. It's just common sense stupid. Like, what are you, 15? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're going, how do you not know this? So I never understood that, but yeah, so I just watched pros and none of them were doing stupid, silly shit like that. So I kind of just try to emulate it. And then as time goes by, just try to really get the movement where you can feel it for your body and adjust things like, I don't feel that too much. I feel a lot of my connective tissue, things like that. As like trying to do a back movement. I just feel it in my biceps and shoulders. So like either A, you might be doing it wrong or try it different ways. And if you tried a bunch of different ways, you still don't really feel in your back, discard it and fucking try another movement. Maybe Flex Wheeler was doing a movement. They're like, I didn't try that. And you try it and you find what works for you. So that's who I went off of. But there's all kinds of fucking YouTubers and fitness. Honestly, I don't watch any of that shit. Most of those guys just annoy the fuck out of me. I mean, a bunch of nobodies just giving out advice. And some of them have great physiques, and I'm sure some of them are knowledgeable, but just, I don't know, a little bit, some of them are just a little bit too much for me to stomach. Just got to get out my fucking barf bag when I see some of these guys. Just too much, too douche canoey for me. Let's go. Next goddamn question. That was kind of a long winded one, huh? Actually, I think they both kind of were, huh? Metal Musician 696. J-Dog was curious on your opinion of drop sets. If you think they're useful or a waste of time workout. No, I like them. I wouldn't do them every fucking set, but I do incorporate them. Right now in my current training, the main thing I incorporate them on is on the incline bench press. Why? Not a specific reason, other than, well, kind of a specific reason. One, I really just like how it fucking feels, and two, I'm always trying to build up the upper chest more. You can always use a little bit more upper chest. I mean, I've always said, I don't even do flat bench anymore. I don't see the fucking need. Your entire chest contracts when you're doing any type of pressing. And show me one guy with a fucking weak lower chest, but a really good upper chest. You'll never see it. It's always, if their chest is slightly underdeveloped, but it's always the upper, always. So I do mostly incline. And then I'll do like maybe a flat fly or a decline press, stuff like that. I wouldn't want to just do it strictly from that angle. You're going to build, tightness and aches and stuff. I know because I've been there. So pressing at a different angle, whether it be a flat machine or right now I'm doing the decline. I start off with actually for my first pressing movement, I do the decline hammer strength press machine, plate loaded. And the reason I like to do that is because it really, you get a really good stretch and contraction in the chest. I feel like it safely warms everything up, all the connective tissue, and just you get a really good pump in there. And then I go to the fucking incline. And I alternate. When I do incline, I either alternate from a Smith machine or the free barbell. What I do is I do it for as long as till every week, just try to progressive overload. So where I'm either getting more reps of the same weight or more weight for the same reps until and if that takes 3 months, 4 months, 2 months, whatever it is, until I completely plateau, I can't get a fucking extra rep, nothing, then I'll switch to the other. So I run it into the ground and then switch. That's how I do it. And then, but for whatever reason, on my very last set, I do like drop sets for incline. It just feels like there's get a ton of blood in there. Like I said, it's an area I'm really trying to bring up. I take that back. No, I do on the same day, which actually I start off with rear delts. My last set of rear delts, usually on a pec deck. I'll do a drop set. So let's say I don't even know what the fucking machine goes up to. What I do 3 sets of 15. So I think I start off with this 100 pounds for 15. It's the reverse pec deck where your chest is on the pad and your hands are here and you're going like this. And it's a chest pec deck, but you're doing a reverse and it's for rear delts. I think the machine I start off at it's irrelevant. It's a fucking machine. So I think it's 100 pounds. I do 15. Then I think I go to 160 for 15, and then I do 190. I think that's what it is, 190, and I barely get 15 with that. Like struggle, I'm starting to fail around 13, but then squeeze out 2 more, and then from there, from like 190, I'll move the pin right back to I think it's 100 or 110. So drop it, 80, 90 pounds, and I'll crank out another 10 to 15. So yeah, and I haven't done them in a while too. Drop sets, if you do drop sets on like a hack squat or any type of squat, a Smith machine squat or a barbell squat, those are fucking murder as hell. Big fan of them. Haven't done them in a while. I'll probably implement them here around. Well, we'll see. We'll see how my training goes. But yeah, just don't do it every goddamn set. Like don't like. Let's say your chest routine is I go and I flat bench, I incline bench, I decline bench, and then I do a set of flies. That's what a lot of people do. Don't do fucking drop sets on flat, drop sets on incline, drop sets on fucking decline, and drop sets on flies. I guess you could do it, but basically, let's say flat's your first movement. Let's say you do it just on your last set. You do 3 or 4 sets, and your 4th set, you do a drop set. Right over to get to your second exercise, you're going to be weak as a motherfucker. So, yeah, don't do that. But you can also use it to your advantage too. Like I almost never flat barbell bench press. If I was to, there's reasons I don't too. Number one, I think it's kind of an inferior chest builder. I'm not going to say it's useless. I just think it's inferior to incline, and I just think there's better movements. And also, it's my biggest reason is that's where everybody tears a pec. So what you could do is, if I was to, for whatever reason, want to throw flat back in, is do flat very last and do drop sets on the prior exercises before flat. That way, when you get to flat bench, you'll be weak as a motherfucker and you'll be forced to use less weight. So actually, I take that back. And I just don't miss it. I do flat bench right now. I just implemented it 3 weeks ago, but close grip for triceps. And what I do is that way I can't go that fucking heavy. Is I do it at the very last exercise. I do all my bicep movements. It's on my arm day. Fridays I train just arms. I do bicep. I start off with some cables, do bis and tris, some press downs, and then some curls. That's supersetted. Then I go and do a tricep movement, 3 sets of that. Back to a bicep movement, 3 sets of that. Another tricep movement, 3 sets of that. Another bicep movement, 3 sets of that. My very last exercise is my fourth tricep movement, and it's flat, like I said, flat bench press, but close grip, like this, and elbows really tucked in, and that way it forces me to use way less weight than I normally could. So I just feel safer, and you get a way better pump, and you can feel it more in your triceps and your chest. So hopefully that answers your goddamn question, and I'll do shit. This fucking Olivia's really trying to track it the fuck out. So I'll try to speed through this. Jane Dinkins, what is your cardio routine? I'm not a bodybuilder, but I need to get myself in shape and build more stamina. I'm getting deeper into these old man years. Cardio, generally that's what I like. If you can do it first thing in the morning, fasted, I think that's ideal. I'm well aware of science says you don't burn more body fat, blah, 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 all this bullshit. I will say this. I've done it non-fast. I've done it fasted. I definitely noticed a difference with fasted personally. I know tons of other people that say the same. And if nothing else, let's say it doesn't burn any more fat, burns the same, at the very least, it burns the same amount as non-fasted cardio. It just gets your day fucking rolling. Your food seems to digest better because you're the fasted state. Now you just seem to assimilate things better. You're chugging water while you're doing cardio too. Not the chugging water, but you're drinking. By the time you're done doing your cardio, you should have about 20 ounces of water in you because you woke up, brushed your teeth, and go do cardio. That's what I do. You're more hydrated too. Just things are just moving better before you just wake up all sluggish, have a fucking meal. It's almost like you're sluggish all day. You'll have more energy and feel better. Your mobility's better. I get up, I do about 10 minutes worth of stretching my whole body out, and then I do cardio. And as far as time, it just depends. I mean, if I'm trying to like right now, my cardio is minimum. I'm just doing it strictly for trying to keep as much cardiovascular health as I can while my weight's going up. So that's actually going down, but you're trying to minimize um, I guess you want to call it damage, because yeah, putting on weight fast and shit is not healthy by any fucking means. But anyway, so I keep it in for that, and you just digest your food better. But the cardio will go up, 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 up when you're dieting, and that's the thing is some people are like I'm doing cardio, but I'm not losing any weight. I'm like, well, do more, like or cut more food, like more, whatever you're doing, just do more. So like for example, if you're doing 30 minutes of cardio right now and you plateaued on your weight loss, okay, here's an idea. Go to 45 fucking minutes and then, pull 50 grams of carbs throughout the day. Whatever you're eating, subtract 50 grams of carbs, let's say it's 300 calories. Do that, you'll start losing weight again. Well, that plateaus again. I probably wouldn't do more than 45 minutes straight. You can go to an hour, but I do a second session. Do cardio twice. Do it in the morning, do it in the afternoon or before bed. Throw another 30 minutes. You'll start losing weight. Yeah. I mean, there's times where it doesn't get long stretched, but I mean, at the end of my diet, probably the last 3 to 4 weeks, it gets up to I'm doing 45 minutes of cardio twice a day. But like I said, that's not long lived. That's because I'm really just trying to get rid of that very, very last bit of body fat. I'm already at that point very, very lean. You're just trying to get the skin, paper fucking thin. Calories at that point for me are very low. I think I'm around at that point, my total calories are probably right around 2,000, which for me is extremely low. And like I said, you're doing an hour and a half of cardio a day plus training. You're running on motherfucking fumes. So yeah, just keep adding what you're doing. As far as if you're asking what type, doesn't matter what type of cardio you do, man. Do whatever type you're gonna stick with. Just don't do grandma cardio, walking on a treadmill. That's not cardio. That's what your 85-year-old grandma does. Go for a jog. If you can't do it, jog for 1 minute until it would then rest and walk and try to next time do a minute and a half, but then just walk the rest of the time. I could go swimming. My favorite is the Stairmaster. Why is it my favorite? Because it's the fucking hardest. I like to get the most bang for my buck in the same amount of time. If I'm gonna do cardio, let's say for 30 minutes, if you go on the treadmill, for me, if I do the treadmill, I generally burn about 330 calories based off my body weight and my intensity level I'm doing it, just what it calculates in the machine. It says 330 calories for 30 minutes. If I go on the fucking step mill, I get up to 600 calories in 30 minutes. And obviously, I'm way more out of breath. I'm sweating I'm drenched in fucking sweat. It's just way, way harder. So if I'm going to do 30 minutes or 30 minutes, I want to get the most fucking calorie burn because at the end of the day, that's what the fuck you're doing it for is burning calories. Oh, and just for the record too, if you stumble across any of these YouTubers or magazines where they say cardio is a waste of time, cardio doesn't get you in shape, cardio doesn't burn fat, any of these fucking bullshit ass hippie nonsense, automatically run for the hills. Just stay the fuck away from that. It's complete garbage, just misleading fucking bullshit. There's not a goddamn pro bodybuilder out there or a pro physique competitor, even bikini girls. They're basically the leanest motherfuckers on earth, right? That don't do cardio. They all do. Every last fucking one of them. So don't fall for that shit. That's just going to sway you from your goal. Do your goddamn cardio. And if nothing else, it's fucking good for your health, too. So, cardiac arrest. Here he is, goddamn it, once again. Killer topic. I'm sure you're aware of Brad Castleberry and his reputation on the fake weight accusations. Secondly, what kind of movies are you into or favorite kind? First off, Brad Castleberry, yeah, I know who he is. I've never watched his shit. Douche canoe. That's who I was saying earlier about these YouTubers who, like, before YouTube, they were fucking nobodies. The only people in the fitness world that were somebodies if you're a pro bodybuilder. You had to have, like, some type of status. Some dickhead that just opens up a fucking YouTube channel becomes famous because just, I don't know, just because he goes to the gym. It's just fucking stupid. And yeah, he's a complete liar on those fake weights. It's just for image, whatever. I just think I wouldn't say hello to that guy if he was in the same fucking room. You can just tell he's just a piece of shit. And as far as what kind of movies am I into? I mean, I like all kinds of movies, but favorite movies are probably like first two Predators, Terminator 1 and 2. I like all the Rambo movies. I like the Rocky movies. I like the movie House a lot. I like the Nightmare on Elm Street, even though some of the cheesy ones. I like the movie Snatch a lot. I like Pulp Fiction a lot. I liked all three Back to the Future movies, even though those have nothing. It's all over the place. You know what I mean? I like comedy movies. What comedy movies do I like? The first two Ace Venturas. I've grew up liking those a lot. It's been quite a while since I've seen them, but yeah, all kinds of movies. I'm not like some like just horror movie guy or anything like that, or comedy only guy or action. I mean, I like all kinds of movies, man. Oh, I like a lot of the comic book movies too. All the X-Men's, especially the X-Men's, the Punisher movies. Uh, the first three Spider-Mans from the early 2000s, I did like those. I think Tobey Maguire is kind of a fucking pussy. Is that who's played? Is that his name? Tobey Maguire? I think, is that, am I getting, I don't know. Whatever the kid that plays is kind of a pussy. But I think in these newer ones that are just coming out, I didn't watch those because that kid looks like an ultra fucking pussy. I'm like, dude, my wife can fucking kick this dude's ass. Like, what the fuck? So I didn't go watch those for those. I like the Batman movies, all the Batmans, the ones with Michael Keaton, and I even like the Christian Bale ones. So the comic book movies, I liked both those Venoms that came out. Venom 2 just came out last year. We went to the theater, saw that, enjoyed that. Saw the first one in the theater, enjoyed that. So yeah, I really like the comic book movies, that's for sure. Do you plan on getting any more tattoos from Layla Lover? Yeah, we'll see. Maybe. If I do, one thing I might get is like on the forearm or something, is probably the Deicide Trifiction. That's probably what I'd probably get. Let's see. Questions, mostly just comments. So that's cool. This video's long as a motherfucker already. Just try to get the all answered in this one video. If I would have known I was going to take this long to answer the first ones, I probably should have just done a separate video on each. Favorite show moments. Other than the ones I said off the top of my head, nothing's coming to my mind other than the previous. Go watch some of my previous videos, man. I did. I talked about Exhumed and talked about the Ohio Death Fest were always really awesome. Really enjoyed those. First time I saw Cannibal Corpse, I loved it. Um, First time I saw Impaled, that was really, really good. They were awesome fucking live. Um, First time I saw Deicide with Marduk, that was really, really good. Really enjoyed that. A lot of shit, just nothing's coming straight to the top of my mind. Oh, seeing Ghoul every time was really good. So, I think that might be the last cool questions. Oh, Ricky J, which I did already reply to, says, "What are your favorite live albums?" And I replied, just right off the top of my head, Speak of the Devil, Another Lesson in Violence, Live Cannibalism, When Satan Lives. And it's funny, he gave his, and like I said, I just did off the top of my head. He wrote Live in Leipzig by Mayhem. It's like, gosh, how that's literally Mayhem Live in Leipzig is literally my favorite Mayhem release. I like that better than any of the albums. I collect all the shit with Dead singing. My favorite Mayhem album is De Mysterious Dom Satanas. Death Crush I like, but that's not even a full length. And it's kind of, when you really cut out the BS, other than Chainsaw Gutsfuck and the song Death Crush, it's kind of like, there's kind of nothing on this album. I mean, it's just like it's almost like a 7-inch. So I don't even really count that. So like, yeah, De Mysterious is great, but I prefer Dead singing. So Live in Leipzig was not only probably my favorite live album all time, but also definitely my favorite Mayhem release ever by far. Dawn of the Black Hearts is probably next in line as far as favorite Mayhem releases all time. But yeah, his favorites live. I was like, oh shit. Because like what I said, when I said, holy shit, guys, like reading off here and what I commented there, I don't spend more than 3 seconds thinking about it. It's off the top of my head. So if I forgot something, I forgot something. There I did. So, yep, got them all, guys. The video dragged out 35 fucking minutes for 4 questions. J-Dog doesn't know when to shut the fuck up, right? But anyways, trying to answer you guys as thoroughly and honestly as possible. So that's it for this one. Leave the comments, subscribe, do all the bullshit, do all that, and I'll see you motherfuckers in the next one. Later.